So I will call the meeting to order. What's the date? Today is January 26, 2022. The Village of Pemberton would acknowledge that we are meeting within the unceded territory of the Lillooet Nation. This meeting of the Board of Variance is being held virtually, with all participants attending via electronic communications in order to adhere to the provincial health officers' orders respecting physical distancing requirements as a measure to prevent the transmission of COVID-19. Board of Variance members will be involved in and participate in the meeting virtually as they would in person. For those members of the public in attendance, please note that this meeting is a live webinar and being recorded. A recording of the meeting will be available on the village's website following the meeting. So our first order of business would be to approve the last agenda. Tom, can I ask for a motion to approve that agenda as presented?
Yes, motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second that. Next formality would be our minutes from our last meeting, July 28th. Feels like that's not right. September 22nd.
Correct.
Yeah, 2021. The recommendation is that the agenda be approved as presented. Tom, again, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
Yeah, motion to approve the minutes.
And I'll second that. Okay. Moving onwards. I think at this point we ask that Colin make a presentation on 1353 Cedar Lane.
Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Excellent. So first of all, I'm Colin. It's good to meet you. Eventually, we will meet in person when we are able to do so once again. So just let me share my screen here. I have a PowerPoint ready for tonight. All right, you can see my screen okay? Excellent. All right, so this is the staff presentation for this application to the Board of Variance from the property owner at 1353 Cedar Lane. The property owner is requesting variance of the exterior side yard setback from 4.6 meters to 1.6 meters, a variance of 3 meters. The purpose is to construct a new garage on the property, and the rationale is construction not unable to proceed to comply. A previously unknown in-ground storm pipe that runs at the rear of the property. So if we look at the site plan here, it's important to note where the front, sides, and rear property lines are for this property. The zoning bylaw defines the front property line as the shortest property line that abuts the street in the corner lot. So in this case, we have Cedar Lane on the right-hand side of the drawing as the front, with Cedar Drive on the north or on the top as an exterior side. Exterior because it still touches the road. The interior side on the bottom or on the south side it abuts another property. And so it is important to recognize those as we go forward. So the proposed garage is located on the northwest corner of the property, and you can see the line here where this storm drain runs. That was discovered and is the reason for this application. Zooming into the site a little bit more, we see where the request is. So the request is to have the north side wall of the garage to 1.6 meters to the property line and 2 meters to the rear property line. I will note, I've noticed today that these labels are actually incorrect. That this should say that it's the exterior side yard setback. And the one on the left here is the rear yard setback. And so just a review of our zoning bylaw. This property is located in residential R1 zone. And the building regulations are here. The key regulations that we'll be looking for is the exterior side yard setback, which is currently 4.6 meters in the regulation. You also have the building height for an accessory building, which is something that we look at as well. We also have additional regulations for accessory buildings. So again, we have to review these. And so the accessory building next to the rear lot line is currently measured to 2 meters. So it complies with our zoning for the rear lot line for this accessory building. But as it's noted in bullet 7 there at the end, accessory buildings are the same exterior side lot setback as the principal building. So that under the regulations is still 4.6 meters. And so if we go back to the site plan once again, we see, yeah, we have our 2 meters here on the rear property line. So the regulation that's being requested to vary is on the north side or the exterior side property line. Then finally, we go to the elevation sample. The building height at 10 feet and inches is well within the 4.6 meter height, maximum height for an accessory building. Then just housekeeping things, a reminder of the section of the Local Government Acts by which this application is being brought forward. And then the options that are available for the Board of Variance in this case. Have the option to approve the variance, approve the variance with conditions, reject the variance, and or deem that the variance request is outside of the mandate. Just note on point 3 that if the variance is rejected at this stage, the applicant does have the option to seek a development variance permit through the process with Village Permitting Council. And that's all that I have.
Thank you, Colin. I think at this time, Tom and I both have an opportunity to ask questions.
I've got a couple.
Shoot.
Yeah, so there, I know a letter went out to the neighboring properties.
Yes.
Nothing's come back?
Nothing's come back to me, no.
Yeah, okay. And secondly, it's a non-combustible structure. It's a steel structure.
That's my understanding, yes.
Yeah,
The applicant might be able to tell you more about the construction materials.
Yeah, that's really all I have. I can see the sewer line's pretty clear, so culvert.
Is it a municipal service that has been found?
Yeah, so I'll let Scott jump in a little bit if needed. So this is a sewer pipe that was in the ground from years ago that was previously unknown and unmarked on any of the on any municipal drawings. So this was discovered after the applicant purchased this property. And so we've been going through a process of identifying where this is located. It's one of those all over BC things that were done a long time ago weren't necessarily documented properly or the way that we would do it now. And so this is part of discovery in a certain sense where it's putting together infrastructure on paper that's already in the ground.
Yeah, that's Colin captured it well there. It is municipal infrastructure, and there is no right of way registered over it because the village was unaware of its existence on paper.
So it's in use. The sewer line is in use.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a storm line, I should clarify.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's unfortunate for this owner.
Yeah. And I guess my follow-up question would be just to walk back through the auxiliary building setback requirements. 1.5 meters.
Yeah, so just to clarify, so for accessory buildings, they could be have to be a minimum 1.5 meters from the rear property line. So the left-hand side of the drawing, right? It's okay.
Yep.
From the north side, because it's an exterior side property line,
Gotcha.
the regulation is 4.6 meters. The request here is for 1.6 meters.
For interior side yard setbacks, it's 1.5.
That's right. That's right. So if this was somehow flipped, if it was on the other side, it would be 1.5.
It is kind of a unique lot in the sense that it has so much road frontage. I don't think I have any more questions. I think at this time we give it's Alex, right? Alex an opportunity to speak. Just ask that we promote him to speak or be able to. Alex, I can see you, but I think you're muted. There you are. Still muted. Maybe we can unmute him.
Unmute. Beautiful.
There you
There we
Gotcha.
go. Hello, gentlemen. How we doing?
Good, good.
Good.
Good. Beautiful. So thank you for giving me time tonight. An opportunity to explain myself here in this regard. As we could all understand, it came as a surprise when we discover an undisclosed culvert in my backyard after I bought the house. We were bought the house thinking that we wanted to build a garage in the backyard at this pretty much exact location. And then came across this massive culvert. And at the time that we discovered it, it was when there was high rain season, basically. So we followed it up, and this it is a very active culvert. Basically, it was going full flow. So we were just trying to figure out where from there that we could relocate the garage and function to look it up and function, to have the house where it is, and then the garage location. And basically, this would be pretty much the best spot to put it because if not, if I respect the proper measurement from the culvert out, the garage would almost touch the house at this point if I would bring it forward. So the only way to fix this matter would be to bring it to the right and then to push it back as in mentioned on the plan there. And basically because it's a very quiet street, it's a cul-de-sac basically, right? It's a gravel road up there. And between where the garage would be and the road, there's like a little hill up there, trees, it's not something that would be an eyesore basically, because we have a carport already at that location there that's been located there forever from the previous owner. And it'd be really the spot where you should go. If not, I have to bring it forward and then towards the house more. And at this point, I can't even open the garage door and fit a car in it because it's too forward, right? Mm-hmm. So that's where we're at.
I guess my first question will be like, how much do we know about where the drain runs, the line runs?
We dig around a little bit, about 8 foot of the trench there, and then where to find out where the culvert was going. And then someone came by after and to survey it.
Yeah.
So we know where she goes pretty much exactly.
So you dug up 8 feet, they kind of got the alignment of it and have projected it on through?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that. Yeah, exactly.
I guess one of my thoughts here is, like, in theory, there should be no real issue moving the garage a little bit further north. I don't really see myself having a big hang up there, but I'd be somewhat concerned on your side of it, having this unknown running through the lot and then putting something near it / on it.
Well,
when the village comes along and says, hey, now we want a 3-meter easement or a 3-meter right of way over top of this thing, your garage is in possible conflict with it.
So from the plan there, we believe we respected the requirement as far as where the garage is compared to where the culvert runs.
Yeah.
So the exact measure, I don't know my.
So when you take that assumed center line and you offset it, say 1.5 meters either way.
Yeah.
You've got clearance on your garage.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we wouldn't build on top of it, obviously, understanding that they are, a certain distance required And then I think when we took the measurement, we followed through with that, as in I don't know the exact measure. I'd have to look at the plan again, but I think we're over close to 2 meter there. I'd have to look at the plan again. So we're not on, we're far enough.
I can add a little bit more detail there as well. Alex has worked with us, and we've determined, the Village of Pemberton has determined that we would not use this right of way in the future. So we really only need access in the worst case scenario if something happens to this culvert and we need to do a repair. So Public Works was fine with the setback that we provided to Alex. So we'd only need to get in there for an emergency repair. We're not going to use this alignment ever again.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm okay with that, boys. Right? Bring it somewhere else, you know?
Tom, you got any questions for Alex?
I don't think so. I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good too, Alex. Thanks for filling us in.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. And I guess email will follow through, or
Yeah, so we'll where are we in this? We'll just we'll demote you back down to an attendee at the meeting.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna look, have any other members of public joined since Scott, can you see anybody else that's attended?
And no, it does not appear there is any members of the public in attendance tonight.
Okay, so we're good there. Tom, thoughts on this one?
I mean, it's pretty logical what's being proposed here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a culvert running through his property. So I thought the point you brought up, I think, was a really good one. Just making sure that there was enough clearance for anything in the future, because who knows what can happen. But I don't really see an issue with the proposed location. I mean, it's right on a laneway. It's not up against someone else's house or anything like that.
Yeah, the fact that it's an exterior sideline and not an interior sideline, and there's an additional encumbrance on him. We're just reducing it down to what would theoretically be an interior lot line on a normal sort of configured lot. I'm on board with you too. It's like it's pretty logical.
So well, I guess what Scott was saying there is that the village is sure that if he placed that garage on the 2 meter setback on the back there, that is in fact enough clearance for any future servicing of the culvert if needed.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, we provided Alex that offset that we would like to see for the garage.
Okay.
From the culvert.
So obviously that would need to be surveyed when he builds this thing, which would confirm that he's put in the right spot. Okay, so I'm good with that.
And I'll add one more detail as well. As the surveyor was hired by the Village of Pemberton to survey this line. So Alex exposed the line and then we completed the survey.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have an issue. I can accept the variance. If you're comfortable with that, I can set a motion.
Yep, I'm good. I think we're good to just approve the variance, no conditions.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
you make the motion,
I set the motion to approve the variance with no conditions.
and I would second that. And Barry and Phil, now I guess Phil, approve. Anything out there for new business? Don't think so, Scott?
Yeah, we did receive one application today
Okay.
or it might have been yesterday. So there will be,
There'll be a meeting in February then?
yeah, that's correct.
Okay, I forget how these work. Are they set? Is it the last Wednesday of every month? Is that how this works?
I believe it is. Yeah, it's. I think exactly that. I'll follow up with an email to confirm that.
And then that agenda package will be sent out 2 weeks or 1 to 2 weeks before that meeting, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
I think I need a motion to set the next meeting for let's go February 23rd. That's the last Wednesday in February.
So I'll set a motion to schedule the next meeting 23rd of February.
Okay, good there. And I believe that concludes tonight's exercise. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Right on.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
All right, thanks a lot.
Alex, good luck with your garage. Okay, have a good night.
All right, cheers, guys.
Yes,
See ya.
Bye bye.